it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Yellow! I go on, Eddie! And Ripple is. Screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Check 13! Check the blue dog Porkins! Blue dog Porkins!
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Defense. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Motion, motion, motion. 57 the mark.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there for the Browns. 18.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I don't need to. Hey, what's the ball?
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Here we go again.
Mahomes going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Shift, shift.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Jackson on first down. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Seahawks.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check out.
From the gun, Jackson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson dancing to his left. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Switch. Mike 50.
To throw again is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and a yard, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Matthews, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Yellow. Go on, 80. 57. Here it comes. SOS. Begin.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on 2nd and 16, Mahomes. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Space to maneuver at the 40. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage. And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Mahomes firing complete. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. The 20. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yellow.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check three.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. He was 2nd in the NFL last year with 6 interceptions. This time, not only the interception, but also 6 points.
And it's just so difficult to go get the football in this league because people are so proficient in the passing game. It's not easy at all to read patterns, to break on the football, catch the ball, and take it the other way. Yeah, when you have a guy like that on your team, you feel really good about his efforts.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Attack!
Mahomes to throw once more. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's caught inside the 35. A big pickup of 38. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Mahomes again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Over the middle to Smith. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive... And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
34's a Mike, 34's a Mike. He's coming. Check him, check him.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's nothing but pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Let's go.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy, who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself. That was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now here's Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns are back within a score. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Yellow, rotate spin. Yellow. Track. Check back 33.
Here we go.
Mike, check 33. Your track. Hey, check Mike 39.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jackson on first down. And Josh Hill has it. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He was looking for Matthews that time. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Here we go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Open man is Trey Burton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll try the right side with Murray. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
43! 43! Say 15, 15, 15! Cross! Charlie!
On 2nd and 15 now. Mahomes, he'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd and Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
1st and 10, 18-yard line.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes to the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready? Come to end it. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Jump, 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 jump. Okay?
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
At the 36-yard line.
Jackson now. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. I got it. Kill.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Again, Jackson. Going deep for Benjamin. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 57 color, 57 color. Yellow. Check.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Matthews, the intended target. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll run for it. This is Murray. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Latavius Murray, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Yellow. 180.
3 bud.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out to his left. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On first down, Hunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run again with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 3rd down and 6.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 24. Check 24. Whip. 15. Check 50. Check 50.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And he hits his man, Matthews. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. 25. Check 25. Check. Fresno. Check 43. Check 4.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his man, Boyd. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A 1st down and then some, 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's Jackson. Pass caught by A.J. Brown, and that's his first NFL catch. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A.J. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Mahomes going to throw. Slant route, caught by Edelman. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Here's Mahomes to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
So in this case, you'd think the defense would be collapsing to the left side of the field, and they forced him to his left. So he just tucked it away and picked up some yardage.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
53, Mike.
Now here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Everson Griffin in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Now a give, left side. This is Murray. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. They go back to Murray on first down. Glover Quinn there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 40-yard
line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give. This is Murray. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.